This video is very personal. Hopefully one that will help somebody that's going through a crisis. I know that we say that selfishness is basically something associated with suicide, but that's basically when you are of the norm or normal mind. There's a lot of people that are not, which we as a society choose to call mentally ill or have a mental handicap. I know I've been affected by family, friends that tried to commit and actually did the act. So this video is dedicated to those, but more importantly to the ones that are considering, contemplating, just ask for help. There's somebody that will listen. You are not alone. You are not alone. Fellow soldiers and average citizens of all walks of life, I sincerely urge you to seek help if you ever feel life is just not worth living. Societal behavior is complex. Some risk behavior and factors vary with age, gender, and ethnic groups. It also may occur in combinations or change over time. What are the risk factors for suicide? Depression and other mental disorders, or substance abuse disorders. Many of these things can be traced through family history with mental disorders or substance abuse, family history of suicide, family violence, including physical or sexual abuse, firearms in the home, kids, adults. The method used in more than half of the suicide are definitely firearms in the home. Incarcerations, exposure to suicidal behavior of others such as family members, peers, or media figures, peer pressure, bullying. However, suicide and suicidal behaviors are not normal responses to stress. Many people have these risk factors but are not suicidal. Research also shows that the risk of suicide is associated with changes in the brain chemicals called neurotransmitters, or including serotonin. Decreased levels of serotonin have been found in people with depression, impulsive disorders, and a history of suicidal attempts, and in the brains of suicide victims. Suicide is a very real issue for those with bipolar disorder, manic depression. The estimates are high as 20% of the people who suffer from bipolar disorder, and it is said that they will kill themselves. That's 1 out of every 5, and as many as 50%, half of the people with the disorder, they may attempt the suicide at least once in their lives. There is also the fact of assisted suicide, euthanasia. There's a lot of people for and against, based upon circumstances as usual. But you decide whether assisting suicide is right or wrong, keeping in mind the various levels of suffering for all involved. Either way, families hurt. There are people that are left behind that may care, that do love. Kids, adults. So if one is out there, I'm speaking to you. Seek help, because below I'm only giving a few resources and information. Life is worth living. Circumstances can change, and you can find it within your heart to do what you need to do, which is fight. Fight to survive, fight to live, and know that you're not alone. Peace, 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 peace.